Hello, wonderful people. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. I am going live. There is a link that you should have gotten that just switched on me. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to come from that link and meet me here. So for those of you that's waiting, hold on 1 second. I can absolutely communicate with my people on YouTube this way. I love technology, especially when it works. We won't talk about how often that happens or does not happen. All righty. So this is my first time going live on YouTube. I'm on YouTube live every week because I do some worship on there, but this is my first time on my channel. So for those of you that are here, once you log in, please go ahead and tell me where you're logging in from, city, state, and let me know if you were in the 5-day challenge. If you were in the challenge, then I want you to tell me in the chat box. Hey, Andrew, how are you? I had to switch channels, so thank you for coming over here. I'm going to just do a quick glance and make sure that it did a complete pullover. Let's see. All righty. Perfect. So I think I'm all good here. Well, thank you all so much for joining the live coaching session with April Lewis. Obviously, I'm April Lewis. It is Friday. Happy Friday. I know things are different now. A lot of you are working remotely, so you may have not had a rough week in the office, but you could have, I won't say probably, you could have had a rough week in general. I spoke to several people this week, and it was just a challenging week. I think I don't know. It feels like we're in week 3, maybe, for most of us who have gotten a stay-at-home order. So I feel like we've gone to, hey, Latanya from Maryland, thank you for joining. I feel like we've gone through a few cycles with the COVID-19 virus. I feel like we went through what's going on in China. Is it going to happen here in America? Then it happened here in America. Then it's, oh my God, it's serious. It's getting worse. Oh my God, we're shutting everything down. Matter of fact, it's mandatory. The world shut down. So we've gone through a lot of cycles. And hopefully right now where you are, as best as you can be, is in a place of accepting the current situation. So what I want to do tonight is bring a little bit of where we are right now, mixed in with why I opted to do this, a 5-day jumpstart challenge focused on accountability, and also this live coaching session. So acceptance. Acceptance is truly, truly, truly practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is being present in the moment. So there are many people right now whose lives have been completely disrupted. You're not working, your work schedule's not the same, you have children at home with you, whatever the case may be. I mean, it's a full spectrum of how this current situation has impacted people. But what we must choose, and I don't like using affirmative words because everybody's dealing with things differently. What we must strive to do, I'll say that, is strive to accept the current situation. It will give you a sense of peace, because some things we cannot change. We cannot change any order telling us we stay at home. We cannot change executive orders that say everything must close unless it's essential. So I just want to encourage you, before we go into the talk of accountability, to truly, truly, truly adopt a practice of mindfulness, adopt a practice of being present in the moment, being present in the overall moment. Right now, we're dealing with the global pandemic. It's nothing I can do about it but protect myself, protect my family, follow the orders, and keep calm as best I can. If you find yourself feeling anxious or you find yourself getting upset, reach out to someone that you trust. Find something positive and uplifting or funny to look at on TV so you can have a mental distraction. Of course, you keep hearing the same thing. Go outside, read books, eat healthy, drink water. There's a multitude of things that you can do to protect yourself right now. So I just wanted to share that with you, and also applaud you for those of you that have gone through the 5-day challenge in the midst of the current environment. So why did I say in the midst of a global pandemic, I'm going to launch a 5-day challenge? Because now most of us, many people, have more time on their hands than they did prior to this situation. Now, I am not putting a judgment on the time. I'm not saying it's good for anybody to be out of work. I'm not saying it's good that you're working home. I'm not saying anything. But what I am saying is that Most of us, our schedules have changed, allowing us more opportunity and more time to do certain things that we want to do, whether that is be still, read, write, create, produce, work out, cook, whatever it is. That's the beauty of life. There is no one shoe, what they say, one size fits all. So whatever you're choosing to do in the time that you have, if you have it, what I wanted to do was take you on a journey of how to take all that mental noise, because now you got news, social media, everybody saying you should be doing this, the other group of people saying you shouldn't be doing that. And I wanted to take you to a process of how can you bring that in, get a little bit of mental clarity on what is all going through your mind. So as a quick recap for those of you who are on here that did not join the 5-day challenge, essentially what we did over the last 5 days, today was the last day, so congratulations to all of you that have done it. And Andrew, you stayed connected. To those of you that went through the challenge, congratulations. We started with a brain dump. And a brain dump, and I said, I feel like I coined that term. I was actually reading a book and someone else said it, but it's okay. A brain dump is literally just that. You dump everything out of your brain, specifically things that you want to do or get done, right? So you just dump, you just write. I had somebody email me and say, I did a brain dump, but I feel like it's still stuff in there. Well, you just keep going. From a brain dump, we took that big list and we categorized it. We categorized it by like items, whether it's like in nature, like in location, whatever the case may be. So it went from this huge, massive list thrown all over the place to now we got some groups of things that we need to work on. From that list, we prioritized it. So looking at it from what's most important based on when is it due, is it due to somebody else, and do you need to complete this to do something else? And then we took action. That is what the 5-day challenge went through. If you did not have the opportunity to join us, I'm sure I'm going to do it again. But for now, just know that's essentially what we did. The art of accountability. The reason I did it is because so many of us go into projects and challenges. We start and we don't finish. People who signed up for the 5-day challenge, I see the analytics, so I can see how many people we started with and how many people we ended with. It's okay. It's never to be surprised if you're a marketer, producer, or anything of that nature, because people have life, one, and moreover, you just never know what's happening. So when you start something and you finish it, you literally tweak something in your subconscious mind as to how you get things done. You begin to say, oh, now if I just keep going, if I keep the momentum going, then I can do this, right? You are always going against your old self. Your old self is that self that does start and doesn't stop. Your old self is that self that's not going to want to press through and do an assignment. You want to do the easy thing, or you want to procrastinate, or what you may do, and I used to have a really, really bad habit of this, doing busy work, thinking I was getting things done. Busy work, for example, checking emails. Unless that email is something that you need to take action on that's going to produce an outcome that you desire, it is busy work. You want to put your emails at a certain time of the day, preferably late morning and late afternoon, so you can get to them and respond to them at that time. Your peak productivity time is going to be different from the next person, but more often than not, it's the start of your day. That 4-hour block when you get started is when your juices are rolling. You have the willpower that you desire. You have a clear mind. You may have done your morning spiritual or meditative practices. You may have gotten your workout in. We'll get into all of that in another session about that morning routine. Because I will tell you, I attribute the success that I have reached in my life today to my morning routine. I am intentional about starting my morning a certain type of way. So when you think about it, that busy work, your mind will be thinking, oh, I'm getting stuff done. I'm knocking off the to-do list, blah, blah, blah. But you aren't producing. You aren't creating. So busy work, meetings, gossiping, chattering on the phone, watching pointless TV, cleaning up when you have assignments to do, doing laundry, whatever activity that you're physically doing and you're not accomplishing a goal that you've set for yourself, it's busy work. Accountability helps you do the work. there is absolutely work that you want to accomplish. There are, for those of you that were in the 5-day challenge, you identified what you want to get accomplished. You came to this hopefully with your big audacious goal that you want to get accomplished. So our mind does not know the difference between something that's due, an income producing task, or something I need to do for somebody else. It's just going to know you're in motion. So it's thinking that you're getting it done. You're lining through the to-do list, whatever the case may be. That is why you have to reprogram your subconscious mind. Accountability does that for you. I have attempted to have accountability partners and friends, and it always fails. My friends are only going to hold me so accountable. My girlfriends will be like, "Did you do this? I'm just checking in." It'll either wave off. We start talking about something else, talking about a cutie we saw on TV, a cutie we want to see on TV, something else going on in life. They are not going to hold me accountable. They're my friend, right? When you think about accountability, that is truly someone being is inspired enough for your success that they hold you accountable. They check in on you. They work with you. And it's a relationship. That's why it has been proven in research. If you read the book onetime.com, you'll hear all these statistics that I may go through. But it has been proven that people are more likely to accomplish their goals when they have an accountability partner and a mentor or a coach. I know this from my personal life. I have had a coach since 2007. Right now, I have about 6 coaches and mentors. I have spiritual coach, I have my business coach, have my branding coach, I have my therapist. I have a team of people around me that I can always say, "This is what I want to work on," or "This is what I want to do," and they support me, they encourage me, they inspire me. But more than anything, they hold me accountable. The relationship isn't for me to fail and to not be successful. It is for me to do the things that I desire to do. When it comes to working with a coach or a mentor, if you've ever worked with a coach or a mentor and you feel like they're forcing something down your throat, like, "Oh, you should go this path, you should do this," I'm going to tell you to run for the hills. Because a coach's job, think about the basketball. I played basketball, so it's an easy analogy. My coach, the best coach I had was Coach King. She was the best coach I had because of one reason. She taught me how to use my body. So it wasn't that I came from playing street ball. I grew up with my brothers in the neighborhood. We're in a circle. We just ball. So when I started playing organized basketball, obviously I fouled out pretty much every game because I'm throwing bows. I'm just doing me, right? And then I had to learn you can use your body to work against your opponent and get to where you want to be, which is the basket. It's the same thing with the coach. I don't want you to go in and do something that's not of interest to you, that's not connected to your purpose, and that you don't have passion about. As a coach, I want to hear from you. What is it that you want to do? And I'm going to ask you why several times because that will ensure that you have clarity in it, and then you will be successful. So that's where we transition from accountability to success. It's two people who want to win. I'm winning when you're winning. You're winning when you're winning. So you see how that works? Accountability is absolutely necessary. The American Society of Training and Development, and I love training and development, I've been doing it for years. They said that people have a 95% chance of achieving the goal when they work with a coach, when they write down their goals and they're held accountable through some type of transparency method, meaning you're going to submit something or you're going to report out or you're going to do something. You know that someone on the other end of a phone, a video conference, or email is waiting on you to do something. It is all about taking action. Right now, everyone, that's 8 people on here, there are 8 of you right now that has a ton of things that you want to do. You have things that you want to accomplish, maybe not just for you, for your family, for your household, whatever the case may be. How are you going to hold yourself accountable? Especially on the days when you legitimately don't feel like doing anything. Especially on the days when the weather is not good, when you don't have any sunlight, right? When we don't have sunlight, our body, our natural energy goes down. When you think about the nighttime, right? Your melatonin raises up at night because it's dark, it's time to go to sleep. So if it's gloomy outside, you're not going to be in the mood. That's exactly where I want to come in and work with you and get through the goals that you have identified for yourself or the goals that you will identify for yourself. We have enough data to show that you absolutely get more done when you work with somebody. You absolutely get more done when you write your goals. And moreover, when you have to submit something. It may sound minuscule in nature, but I would bet you if there is anyone on this line who can make contact with anyone successful and they say that they never worked with the coach or they say that they never wrote their goals down, I'll give you $1,000,000 and I don't even have it yet, soon come, but I will give you $1,000,000 because I know for a fact I've studied and I've followed and I've worked with and been connected to enough successful people to know a few principles that absolutely work. It doesn't matter what you're going after. It doesn't matter what you identify as a barrier. It doesn't matter what challenges you have. There are certain life principles that just serve us well. Accountability with somebody like a coach or a mentor, writing down your goals. And for me, I have like questions to ask around the goals. So if you have a goal, let's say a fitness goal, at the start of the year, most people want to get their health in order. So if you say, I want to be healthier this year, what does that mean? And that's literally what I would ask you. If you want to be healthier this year, what does healthy mean to you? So then at that point, you can say, healthy means I want to be able to walk up 3 flights of stairs without losing my breath. Wonderful. Right now, how many flights can you walk up? So you'll have a starting point. That's called baseline data. This is specific to an example like this. So you have a starting point. So you want to get from being able to only walk up 1 to being able to walk up 2 more flights of stairs. So then we got to see what habits are in alignment with you reaching that goal. You want to be light on your feet so you can get up the stairs, so you may need to lean out. That means it's going to impact your diet. It's going to impact how much you work out. It's going to impact the type of working out that you're going to do. You may not be doing as much muscle building versus cardio, so you can just shed weight. And then you're going to have to practice because the only way you're going to know if you can get to that 3rd flight of stairs is if you walk up those stairs. So it's not just this big goal, I'm going to get it before the end of 2020, but you have to dissect that thing. You have to come out of it because it's going to feel good. You're going to want to do it, but you're going to have to come out of it and truly peel back the onion layers to see what you need to do. So it will literally go from a big goal to what do I need to do right now? That's what I'm going to be doing in my new membership program called April Success Group. I'm not calling it an accountability group. We've gone through that phase. I want you to be successful. I want you to be successful in every area of your life. This group, we're going to meet every single week for 90 days. The reason I did 90 days because at that point, you would have shifted your habits. There is all this stuff online and in books that talk about you can create a habit in 21 days. I've gone deep. Psychologists have nailed it down to 66, right? To shift the habit. We're going to go past that because it's easy, again, to go back to what my coach calls the default path. That default path hits snooze. That default path, start the week strong, get to Wednesday and you're tired. That default path checks in a little bit, but then fall back. But when you got some skin in the game, you operate differently. And my goal is to get you to operate differently. When you have different habits, it's no longer the big goal that you got to do. You go from that to scaling it back. It's all about the habits. Your daily habits are truly the blueprint to your level of success. So I want to pause right there. I've given you a lot of information. Thank you so much for staying online. I want to see what questions you have. Andrew said you have to dissect that thing. You do got to dissect that thing. So what questions do you have for me? What is it that you want to know? For those of you that are on that went through the challenge, what struggles did you have? What successes did you have? This is the live chat. I want you to talk to me and let me know, how did it go? What questions can I answer for you? Andrew, I know you said you text me that you had a couple of challenges. That you had a couple of questions. I'm sorry. I absolutely want to answer them for you. Bootstrap biz advice, pause. Free marketing for bootstrap biz advice. Click on that link right now to all of you that are on this chat. Get connected to her. That is my brand strategist, LaShonda. She is amazing. More than anything, she's like me. She loves to teach people. So it's not about just doing things. It is about teaching you. That's what groups like this will do for you. We're going to teach you how to develop habits that work for you and not against you. It is easy. I'm sidebarring from the marketing, but I'm going to come back. It is easy, my friend, to try to break old habits. You don't have to worry about breaking old habits. You have to focus on developing new habits. I will say that again. Do not worry about breaking old habits. Focus on developing new habits. Then over time, old habits that don't serve you well will be a thing of the past. It is so much more challenging to stop doing something that you've been doing for an extended period of time versus to start doing something that you want to do where you can see where you're going. It's all about the vision. We'll get into all of that every week in the success group. I love it. She put her tagline in there, helping people grow their biz without breaking the bank. From a website to your email marketing campaign, everything will be set for you. Click on her link and get connected, especially for those of you that are entrepreneurs. Andrew says, I came up with 7 categories as a result of my grouping for day number 2. Should I have also ranked each category or not by importance? Not particularly. That's a very, very good question. So what Andrew is saying, he took his master list, he broke it down into categories. Should he have prioritized all those categories? Not particularly, because what's going to happen when you prioritize those groups, you'll see if in one group, let's just say you're in school, and for one group, you have a paper that's due, and their priority number 2, you want to work on next week's assignment. But then in another group, you have to file your taxes. Tax deadline, and not right now because we're in the middle of a change situation, but you have a tax deadline and you have a submission deadline for that assignment. 2 different categories, school and personal. So what's the due date? The due date will drive what you need to do. If it's not a due date, then it's going to be, do I need to get this to someone else? Or do I need to do this to start something else? So it's always what needs to be done now and take that next immediate step. Very good question. What's your advice for getting out of things that aren't essential? AKA, how do you say no to free up more time for your goals? Oh, that is so good. Keep in mind, when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So if someone emails you, hey, I need you to help me do this. Can you connect me with this person? Can we have a call so we can discuss all these things that we get on a regular basis? The moment you focus your energy there, or you say yes, you accept a new project, you accept a new client, something is getting pushed on the back burner, right? Because you only have so much time in a day, it's 24 hours in case you didn't know, and you only have so much bandwidth. So when it comes to your goals are the driving force and the blueprint and the roadmap behind your daily activities. If you have a goal that you want to launch something on a certain day, you mapped out the plan, you know when you need to start. So if someone comes into you and asks you to take on a new project, help them with something, your goal needs to stay at the front of your mind, the top of your mind, rather. That's why being connected to a success group will be able to help you, because every week you'll be focusing on your goals. So you say no by looking at your goals, looking at your deadline, and saying yes to that first, and telling that person or that thing, not right now or no. Because it literally could be, I can't do this week, but I can get to you next week. So it's really about managing yourself, which is leadership rule number 1. You can't lead anyone else if you can't lead yourself. Your goal list, your desires, the things that you want to do, you look at it. Tell people, let me get back with you. I need to check on something. Well, we live in a very microwave society. You get a call, you answer. You get a beep, you look. You get a ding, like I want you to do when you subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the button so you can see when I upload something. You get a ding, you look on it. Change that behavior. Get in the habit of saying, let me check on it. Look at your goal list. Go back to what you're focusing on and get back to them. Keep in mind, you don't owe anybody anything. Even if it's a client, everybody who's worked with clients, if you're a consultant, we got project management tools that we use. Stay in the realm of reality. Let your goals be your roadmap. Wonderful question. Hey, will you attach her link? I'm not sure who her is, but if it's anybody that's in this group, if it's LaShonda that I'm talking about, just you can click on her name or search in the toolbar. Another question, I'm trying to crystallize my personal vision for my life, which I tend to overcomplicate. How would you suggest going from a large comprehensive vision to a simple and practical action step? Oh my gosh. First, you want to get an April success group. So you're going to get there by going to aprillewis.com and just give me your email as soon as it pops up on the screen. I'll be in touch with you later about all those details. When it comes to, I love that word, crystallize. So shout out to you for using a word that absolutely identifies what we want to do. We want to make things crystal clear. Going from that big vision to simple steps. Go back to the example I just gave about your goal to walk up 3 flights of stairs. Where are you now? And what is it going to take to get there? So, Andrew, give me an example of a big goal if you're okay with posting it, and we will literally go through how you can break that thing down here live. But I will tell you this, and I said it in one of the videos, and it's so gross, but whatever. The old saying, eat the elephant one bite at a time. What is it that you want to do, right? You have that big thing out here. Let's say it's a goal. Okay, for me, I'll use myself as an example. When I die, when I transition and leave this physical form, I want to leave a legacy as big as Napoleon Hill. Now, I'm a Black female. Napoleon Hill is a white male. I'll say European. I actually don't know. But Napoleon Hill, who is the author of Think and Grow Rich, if you've never heard of him, his words, his teaching, and his wisdom is still living strong today. He wrote a book, I think it was 1937 when he wrote Outwitting the Devil. If you have not read that book, please read that book, Outwitting the Devil. It will change your life. And it has nothing to do with your spiritual beliefs, religious sect, anything like that. But it is talking about how the devil works. It is an amazing read. Napoleon Hill still has people, his foundation, pushing out content that he developed forever ago. His resources, his libraries, his teachings will forever reign. Now, that is a big goal because Napoleon Hill wrote several books. We're now in 2020 and people are still buying Think and Grow Rich. So I got to go from leaving a legacy as big as Napoleon Hill to bringing that in. What can I do right now? Things like this. This session will be on YouTube. YouTube ain't going anywhere. If it does, it's going to be picked up by somebody else and they're going to lift everything up. So I have to push out content where I'm teaching, where I'm sharing information, where something as simple as when Andrew said, you have to dissect that thing. If he says that again, somebody say, what do you mean? Then he'll share something that he learned from me. So how do I go from a Napoleon Hill legacy? Every day I need to share something that is going to teach you how to get through the mental roadblocks that you have so you can get to where you want to be. So it went from a legacy when I'm no longer here to each day, I have to produce something that's evergreen, that's going to be here after I leave. So from that, it's just daily focus. Goals in between, getting a YouTube channel set up, creating resources to put on the website, writing more books. I'm an Amazon bestseller, so I got that title, but I need to produce more content. That's just an example. So Andrew, goal to possess an excellent credit score of 850. Oh, we all want good credit. So a credit score is, let me try to say this without my own personal beliefs about the credit scoring system, but it is an algorithm, a 3-digit number, numeric number that says this is who you are based off how much money you borrow from people, how frequently do you pay it back. So if that's how they measure your credit score, that's what we know for sure. How much money have you borrowed and by frequently, and are you paying it back on time? It's no real hidden secrets to credit. And it's interesting when I see people, I can fix your credit, and I've had conversations with those people, and it boils down to how much money are you borrowing and are you paying it on time? Now, yes, there will be situations where people have your account information. You could be a victim of identity theft, and that's a different route, or their line items on your credit score that needs to be removed. So Andrew, your big goal is to increase your credit score of 850. What you need to do now is get that baseline data that I talked about earlier. Where are you right now? So you can see where you are right now. Let's just say, I don't know, you're at 750. So you're at 750. Wait, it's 850? I thought credit scores go to 800. I don't know. But let's say you're at 650 and you know you're here. You go to annualcreditreport.com and you print off your credit report that's free for everyone that has a social security number. Every year in every 365-day cycle, you can download a free credit report from all 3 reporting agencies. Sometimes they ask you to send in a copy of your driver's license just to verify your identity. That's not uncommon. Just make sure you print copies of all your credit reports. Andrew, you want to look at that. You have your score. Now let's look at it. Is everything on these reports mine? Is everything on these reports accurate? Then from there, you want to get clear in your head, who do I owe? Who am I paying? Who am I paying on time? So you literally want to create a map or a document that's saying you owe this person this much money, they're due on this date. If it's anybody that you're not paying right now, make contact with them. Be very upfront and very honest. I'm working on a plan to improve my credit. I know I haven't been paying with you, but I love to set up some type of payment plan that works for both of us. And then you start working that list. Dave Ramsey is a great resource. He talks about the snowball effect, where you focus on those small debts to the larger ones. And I kid you not, this book that you see right here, Thou Shall Prosper, the foreword is from Dave Ramsey. I have Dave Ramsey's book in there. The book, Business Secrets from the Bible, the foreword was from Dave Ramsey. He is all about getting you out of debt. He's a great resource. Start small, catapult big. Great question, Andrew, because Dave is amazing. Everybody wants to have good credit. Is it best to complete the small, important goals first, quicker to complete, or the larger, more critical goals? Oh, is that Khadijah? I'm not sure who that is, but whoever that is, great question. If I had an award, I'd give you the question of the hour. That goes back to what you got me pumped up now. That goes back to what I was saying about the being busy versus getting things done. For example, I'm so honest and transparent. This is my planner for this week. I don't have anything in here. I had a few things that I needed to do this week. Now on my project management tool, I have a ton of things that I needed to do. But this week, I knew what I need to focus on, and it was preparing for this moment with you all. So there are a couple of things I had to do in the back office to get me here. Now on that list, I also need to design some graphics. I need to do something with the VA. I need to do some things around the house, but priorities. This had a hard deadline. More important, I had other people involved in it. So I had to be present to serve you and help you on your journey, right? So I had to back out and focus on getting to this moment. So when you sit down and you look at your list, let's just say I need to make a prospect call for a potential client. I need to respond to emails. I need to post on social media. I need to check on my stimulus check. What's most important based off what needs to be done that's going to get you closer to your goals. So if you have a goal, my friend, of saying that you want to close a deal this week, then that means you want to get on the phone with that prospect and do that prospecting. So it's not about the size of it. It's about the end result that you want. We all need to do laundry. I hate folding clothes, but we all need to do it. So unless your goal and you have nothing else going on in life than to never have dirty clothes, then you always want to do your laundry first. If your goal is to be productive and impactful and to do things before their deadline, you start your day with those things. Let me talk about willpower for a second. Willpower is something that we think we have a lot of, and we don't. The human body, the mindset, we don't have the willpower that we think we do. If we did, nobody would be obese. Nobody would be an overeater. None of us would say bad words that we want to say, and we wouldn't have bad habits because our willpower will kick in. So it doesn't work. You have a little bit of willpower in the morning, in the start of your day, before you've allowed a lot of noise and things to come in your head to get things done. Run off your natural energy. Your natural energy is before you've been bogged down with words and emails and calls and thoughts and worries and concerns. That's when you start your day. That may mean you need to start earlier, or that may mean as soon as you sit down to produce, do not open up Outlook. Do not open up social media. Your willpower will wear off as the day goes on. So go into that inventory of energy, natural energy, and get the things done that will get you closer to your goals, which means you got to know where you're going. That's part of the dissecting it. If people say, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, sounds good. Do you want to stay a millionaire? Do you want to make others millionaires? Do you know how you're going to get there? So it's not about little or big. It's about where is it that I want to go and what do I need to do to get there? And you map that blueprint out. Phenomenal question. Thank you, LaShonda. I appreciate the love. Hey, Khadijah. Thank you. Thank you. You just confirmed that willpower is limited. Also read that in the one thing. Yes. Yeah, we just don't have it. We think we do. I'm going to stay up all night and work on this. No, you're not. You can't. Some people will, and you will, as we all have pulled all-nighters. But why? Why would you want to neglect precious sleep where your cells can rejuvenate, where your brain can get a recharge, where your body can rest, where you can dream and God can whisper something in your ear. Why would you want to neglect precious sleep to do stuff when you have the other hours in the day to get it done? So some days are going to be crazy. Some days you're absolutely going to get behind. But if you have that blueprint, your goals, your big goals, your long-term goals, your short-term goals, and you have those deadlines affiliated with it, and you understand the why behind them, you will get started with your day in a different type of way because your natural energy will pull you closer to that goal versus you crawling through pulling the all-nighter just to say you got it done. And focusing on my biggest goal is my number one priority. How and when, if ever, should I go about attacking the other smaller and lower impact tasks? Well, because your big goal is your number one priority, but what does that roadmap look like to get to that big goal, right? And then from there, it's all about blocking your time. So I heard this from Tony Robinson years ago that they've done some studies where the adult brain, and I teach about it, and I've proven it to myself more than anything, not giving Tony Robbins any shout out. He is amazing. 40 minutes is how long you can focus. If you break stuff down and do it in 40-minute increments, you're less likely to get distracted or get burned out. So you take that big goal, you know the blueprint that it's going to take to get there, because remember, it's a daily thing that you need to do. It's these small steps that you need to do to get to that big goal. Then you say, I'm working on my goal from this time block. This time block, I'm working on these things. This time block, I'm working on these things. Those smaller, less important tasks should be at the end of your day. Now, you'll still have them on your list, on your calendar for the day, so they'll be in your conscious mind that you need to get to them. But as you crush through those big goals, make yourself proud. Stop when it's time to stop working on them. When you, based on what you say, then you can even say, okay, now I can just keep the momentum going to get to these little things. Excuse me, because you'll want to get to a point to where you're not going to just constantly have a hefty to-do list. So big goal, create the roadmap, attack it at the start of your day, plug in the smaller things towards the end of your day, the latter part of your day. It's a great question, Andrew. All righty. Any other questions from you all? It is 7:38. I was thinking we were going to go 30 minutes, but your questions were amazing. Again, a 90-day program, you're going to have me every Monday. We're going to be on Monday evening. Let me tell you why. Most people think Sunday is a great day to start to prepare for the week ahead. It really is. You can map out your calendar. You can do all these things. But how many of us have had a Monday where everything went in the opposite direction of how we planned it, even with that wonderful list and we meal prepped and everything else? Mondays are just one of those days. They don't have to be, but it's just one of those days. I want you to get through Monday evening. I want to connect. We're going to be on a live stream, a weekly coaching call, and you are going to be very clear on the 2 things that you want to accomplish over the next 7 days. When you join, it's a membership program again. When you join April Success Group, every week, 90 days, 2 things. And that means that you literally will be able to crush 24 goals that you have in your head right now. Go to aprillewis.com, pop up, email me if you got any questions, if you want to go deeper, april@aprillewis.com. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. But during that group, it's going to be so intimate. You're going to get things that I do with my one-on-one coaching clients. And more than anything, you're going to have a tribe of people supporting you and cheering you on. You're not just going to be doing this by yourself, and it's going to be fully transparent. We're going to open it up. You're going to be able to see every week when we get on, we're going to know who did what. It's not to call you out. It's not to expose you. It's to hold you accountable so you can be successful. The analogy I use is when we were all in kindergarten, the teacher had the board up with everybody's name on it. And then if you were good, you got a star or a check mark or something, and you could see who was being good and you could see who was bad. There is a certain level of motivation that comes with competition, especially friendly competition. So go to aprillewis.com right now. Shoot me your email. I'll be in touch from there. A 90-day success group every week will be on. It's not going to be a lengthy coaching session like this. It's going to be very specific. You're going to come in knowing what 2 things you want to get done. You're going to be able to nail down those 2 things because you'll already in advance have a blueprint of how to select the 2. So it's going to be pre-work to do leading up to the call, and you'll have the map to get through the week. I assure you, you're going to be more successful in the 90 days of working with me than you've ever been with anybody else. That's how confident I am, because I have failed enough. I have made more to-do lists that were never completed. I've invested enough money in coaches to where I don't think I have enough space to learn anything more else. Well, yes, I do, because I love to learn. So trust me, you will be successful. That is 24 things that you're going to get done. 24 things in April Success Group. I want to see you on the other side. Is this coaching session for a fee? Wonderful question, boss major. I think that's major prep. The membership is $99 a month for you to come into this program, the weekly coaching, the pre-work, the check-in, things of that nature. Now, for you all and for my peeps that went through the Jumpstart Challenge, you can get $50 off just by getting signed up in advance. You're going to get a notice to come through your email tomorrow, and you have until Sunday night. So we know some people, they like to think about it. Should I do this? It's $99 a month. That's literally breaking down, eating out one time a week to get on a call and hold yourself accountable. You come in now, you'll get $50 off. So if you go to aprillewis.com, put your email in, I'll be in touch with more details. You have until midnight on Sunday to get $50 off. Refer a friend, go through it with somebody. You're going to get a tribe of people, but we know how fun it is when we do things with somebody we know. So I want you to be successful. I have gone through so many things. And at the end of the day, what absolutely works best for me is working with the coach who wants me to win and making me, holding me accountable to do something that I have to turn in, submit, or even if it's to say that it's done. I don't think anybody on here is just going to say, oh, April, I did this task and you didn't. And if you do lie, that's an integrity issue. That's a whole other coaching session. But I want you to be great. There are certain things that's in life, certain principles that you can learn about completing your goals, and so you can win. I want to teach you those things. And my superpower is simplicity. I keep things simple. You're not going to come in and feel like you're in school. You're not going to come in and feel like here's something else that I got to do that I'm paying for. You're absolutely going to become part of a member with me, a membership organization, a community of people who want to win, regardless of the current situation. We want to win in life. So I'm honored, I'm grateful, and always excited to help you be great. aprillewis.com is where you can go. Just shoot me your email. I'll be in touch. For those of you that made it through the five-day Jumpstart Now Challenge, congratulations. You have a piece of what will happen over the course of 90 days to make sure you go from a to-do list to a done list. Everybody want to be great. I want to help you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a wonderful weekend. All the days are running together. I get it, but tomorrow is Saturday. So if you can, disconnect and get some rest. You have until midnight Sunday to go ahead and get subscribed. I will send everybody the link. Once you go to aprillewis.com, I need your email address there. I'll send you the link so you can go ahead and get set up. Thank you. I wish you good health, good spirits, and endless, endless days of happiness. Be well.